Hello, this is Paul here, and anyone who's watching and curious, I've done this cool effect in Blender. I'm just showing you the animated GIF of it, and one of them is a trifoil or it's another thing, trill something. I can't recall the name, but it's one of those three-sided knot things. And then I did something more fancy, similar concept, and it was a star. I guess it's not showing full size for some reason, but it's this star pattern where the line moves around the full tracing the edges, which is pretty cool. So I'll show you real quick how I did it, and I'm going to pause it real quick because I want to find a forum post that fixed something, but I'll get into that. Well, let me pause real quick, and I'll get back to it. Okay, I'm back again. Not like it's long for you when I pause recording, but one of the problems I had when making this effect like this was that there would be a seam, and I wanted it to kind of flow a little bit seamless. And well, in the star it's not so much, but in the trefoil thingy, I guess it is, but it helped anyways because it gave me some ideas on how to do the repeating pattern, and I got help from Sekirop, so shout out to him for pointing out this little thing real quick. And I'll zoom in here a little bit, and you can see it's pretty simple node setup for the pattern, but I'm going to show you in my thing because I combined like a few different things, but this is the idea. And basically you have the number of bands set up by a value and the UV coordinates to the Bezier curve, because it's a Bezier curve object that this trick works with. So that was part of it, and the other part of it was this neon material I came up with. I did another video on it, so if you want to look for a more advanced neon in Blender, I combined that idea with this thing. And why don't I just go to actual Blender for the file? So what I did for the star is I created a Bezier curve object, and I had to click on the auto texture and click the use UV because the UV generates like a texture coordinates for the whole Bezier. And one of the coordinates is from like the very start of the curve to the very end of the curve. And the other coordinate just wraps around it and it generates its own UV internally, so I don't have to worry about turning it to mesh or anything crazy like that. It's just a pattern that generates on its own. So it is procedural, it makes it a lot easier. So let's go to compositing, and this is the material. It's a combination of stuff from the neon nodes, which is most of this, and then the input. And what I did to make the thing go around and around is I have this color ramp here, which is that simple effect. So you see it in the animation. It's bright on one end and it goes to dark. And to drive the position of the color ramp, I use the UV because that's generated with the Bezier automatically. And I have 5 repeats. And R is the what's the U coordinate, and the V coordinate corresponds to green here. It's like vector separation, but I'm using a separate RGB to work it. And what I do to make it go roundy is I just animate the X location, which corresponds to the U location, although you can't tell that from here exactly. All I do is keyframe that and keyframe 1 at the beginning and then make it go all the way around, which is one value. Or in this case I did a little bit of math in my head because it was 5s, so I did like 0.2 for the whole thing. It's a little weird. It's a trial and error thing to try to explain it. Well, it's a 5-fold geometry at the start, and I just did some mental math and I had 5 repeats. And basically I just animate that, and in the case of the star spinning, it's just keyframe rotation here to make it spin, nothing special on that. So, majority of the effect is in the textures. And then I guess compositing, if I go to scene compositor, where is it? I put on a little effect for streaks, which makes the little star sparkle. And that's pretty much it. It's nothing really fancy. I just put a glare with streaks and it. So anything that's bright, and it's brighter than this threshold, which is set pretty low, brings it out and flares it out. And that's pretty much it. It's real simple. So you're thinking, oh, this complicated effect. Nah, it's really easy, actually. It's just a matter of coming up with the stuff to do it. I've seen other people do some stuff. So I did a bit of borrowing, but not exactly like copying exactly what they did, but the ideas and stuff. Which is really kind of what you do as an artist anyways. Build off the ideas of others, and you plug away at it, and you come up with cool stuff. So that's pretty much it. It's fairly simple. Go ahead and build your own designs, and let's see. I go to default, and you can see I actually meshed this interleaved. Took a long time to build it. Did make myself a template, and I just traced out curves. And if I go to edit mode, you can see there's a crap load of handles. So it took a while. Like about 2 hours for 4 days of the week or something. I'll just do a little bit here and there until I got done. Pardon my voice, I got stupid echo, but till next time, that'll be it. Maybe I'll do my car thing again or something. See you later.